Okay, and we're back. So, week 5 of the NFL has come and gone, and it was honestly very stressful. I'm actually very thankful that I don't bet in the first couple months of the NFL anymore because I do not understand anything that happened. We had blowouts, we had upsets left and right. The Chargers, half the team is an IR. I don't know anymore. I don't even know why I do this. But let's get into it. Welcome to the newest episode of SDW.
Super Dario World!
You know, you expect it out of September. You expect things to be weird in September, but my God, October's starting off really weird. Like, we're in the second quarter of the season, and usually we start to figure things out. We start to figure out what teams are good, what teams are bad, and all of a sudden now it's just like, you know what? F you. Every single thing you've started to, do the math in your head, throw all that out the window. Nothing makes sense after this week. It's just, it was a weird Sunday. I don't know how you feel about it. How do you feel about it?
Honestly, the thing I'm mostly upset about right now is the fact that only one New Jersey team has a win, and it's the Giants, and it was against my Chargers.
Yeah. It's upsetting. I just realized, there's a stain on my shirt. Now I'm even more upset. Jesus Christ. Because I can't wear the Chargers jersey because they lost. Usually, the Chargers jersey would cover this up, but now I look like a hobo on my own stream.
Don't put on the Chargers jersey. You'll end up at the fucking hospital. Jesus.
I know, right? It's risky. It's dangerous. But anyway, let's get into all the NFL stuff. But before we do, let me just give you a quick reminder that any comments, questions, or suggestions, you can find me at DarioSDW and at Super Dario World. Like this video, share this video, subscribe to this channel. Remember, if we reach 10,000 subs before the end of the season, I will go on a road trip. Now, I said 10,000 miles because, 10,000 subs. Maybe it'll be 10,000 kilometers. Somebody threw that out. It's like, hey, you know what? Maybe, but I don't know how far I can get.
Don't be beach.
What? Don't be bitch?
Don't be beach.
Dude, listen, I would need like 10 grand. So I would actually need to, not only would I need to find a way to get days from work, I would also need to do like a GoFundMe for it because it's going to be expensive. But you know what? Fuck it. Sure. Why not? It'd be fun. Every single time I start talking myself out of it and then I'm like into it and it's like, it would be really fun. It would be really cool.
Would be.
Doing Wild America. But anyway, let's get into the news of this week. It was a weird one. And it started off with, well, it didn't start off, but, on Saturday, we got news that Mark Sanchez, former Jets QB Mark Sanchez, was stabbed and arrested in Indianapolis. So, not good. And if you read that headline, it sounds like Mark Sanchez, the headline says, Mark Sanchez stabbed after altercation in Indianapolis, charged for involvement. It kind of sounds like he was the victim. It turns out that he was kind of the aggressor. Like he assaulted a 69-year-old man who was working, Grace?
Like the boxcar driver thing, right?
I don't know. It was weird. Like it was some dude I guess they pick up grease or something from kitchens. I don't understand. The story's very weird. Point is, he ended up with what was described probably as like the worst hangover ever. Because first off, you got the regular hangover, then you got stabbed, and then you find out you're arrested. So it's like the trifecta of the one highlight here is that now the low light of your career is no longer the butt fumble. It's like that's the worst day of your life now. So it sucks for him because he's a good analyst. I really like Mark Sanchez on TV, but
I don't think we're gonna see him on there very very much longer.
No, I don't think we're gonna see him on Fox anytime soon. So sucks for him. Hopefully he recovers. Hopefully he gets all the help he needs, and hopefully he apologizes to that old man he assaulted, allegedly.
What is it with these rich people being retarded? Like, what's the deal? Like, you can't just have all these fucking millions of dollars and just be happy.
It's very interesting. I once, I think I don't remember if I was having a conversation or if the conversation was had on air with a comedian, but it's he mentioned that having money doesn't make you a better or worse person. It brings it brings your personality up to 11. So if you're a good person, it'll make you a better person. If you're a bad person, it'll make you a shittier person. So it brings everything up because you have the freedom to actually be yourself, because you don't have to worry about
express yourself however you want.
Exactly. So, I mean, the weird thing is that Mark Sanchez had never had any issues. So maybe he just
It's possible he just had a bad fucking night.
Maybe that's how, like, he doesn't drink, and this is why. I don't know. It sucks. It looks like I mean, even if his career's over, he still has millions of dollars in the bank, so he should be fine. But, it sucks because I actually liked his commentary. He was really good on TV, but
you think Mark was walking down the street, he was all drunk, and then this guy was working and he was sort of backing up, and then Mark Sanchez ran into him, maybe ran into his butt. Maybe it brought back some terrible memories.
I don't know.
And he just snapped.
I don't know. The whole story was weird, but I did not get into the drama too much. It was just bizarre because, again, we'd never heard anything about Mark Sanchez's past of having like anger issues or anything. David Martinez is asking, "Hey, what's up, guys? Can we panic? We'll get into the charges, man. We'll get into the charges. Don't worry about it. I got some thoughts. I got some ideas going through my mind, but we'll get into those anyway. So let's get into.
We should be starting to panic.
Not really. And I'll make my point. I'll express my opinion. But anyway, Thursday Night Football, we had the San Francisco 49ers stunning everybody and beating the Los Angeles Rams in LA 26-23 in overtime. This game was wild. It was probably the best game Mac Jones has ever played. 23 out of 49, 342, 2 TDs. But the thing here is, the man won the hearts of America because the dude was playing through pain, playing through injury. He was dry heaving on the sideline. There was a point where he fell down. He was down and wouldn't get up. Everybody was worried. So it was one of those things like, oh my God, is Mac Jones like a darling now? Is that a thing? Did he just rehab his entire career? So, good for him. Dude,
that's how I've been feeling about him ever since he went to San Francisco. It seems like the Shanahan offense is, very effective with Mr. Mac Jones.
Dude's doing a great job. And, there's something that's interesting. Like, I started this episode saying I'm so happy that I don't bet in the NFL anymore. This game is a perfect example. Everything on paper was pointed, to the Rams kicking ass, Everybody in the 49ers is injured. Short week. Rams at home. So backup QB, your first 3 wide receivers out with injury. Your all-star tight end out with an injury. So everything pointed Rams. I would have bet my entire 401k on the Rams winning. Just like I would have bet my entire, the money I made my entire life on the Packers beating the Browns, stuff like that. And so it's like, all right, I'm so happy I don't gamble in the first few months of the NFL. I'm so happy I made that rule and I kept to it because I've had the temptation, and this game was tempting, but it's like, clearly I don't know shit about fuck. And it's the perfect example, and this game is too fucking unpredictable. So there you go. Also, Sean McVay made some. The game was interesting. The 49ers start off hot. They take the lead. Then slowly but surely the Rams start, cutting into it, tying it. And it looks like, okay, the Rams started, on their heels. But, they took control because they're the better team. And then their running back, who was having a hell of a game, Kyron Williams. He had 14 rushes for 65 yards, 8 receptions for 65 yards and 2 TDs. All of a sudden, he fumbles at the goal line. And you're like, what the hell's happening? What the hell's happening? And when the game is on the line, when they go to overtime, the 49ers score. They're on 4th and 1, I think, and Sean McVay goes with the running back to try to get that extra first down instead of going with Stafford, who's the better player and who's having a way better game. It made no sense. But, c'est la vie. 49ers win. Good team win. Gritty win. And they are officially 4-1 and 3-0 in the NFC West. So they are heads and shoulders above everybody else in their division. So congratulations, 49ers. I would not have seen this coming at the beginning of the season, especially I would not have seen it coming yesterday. Or oh, no, I'm sorry, last week, because you were injured to shit. But you managed to power through, and now you're on the other side, and you're very comfortably on top of your division. So congrats. Thoughts?
Honestly, I ever since I saw that it was gonna be Mac Jones, I sort of turned the corner. I was like, I think they're gonna win.
Really?
I think he's been rocking and rolling. I think he's been doing pretty good.
Dude, but without wide receiver 1, 2, or 3?
You got 4.
And he had a hell of a game. Kendrick Bourne, I think that's his name. Anyway.
Yeah,
next.
I think he was with the Patriots, right?
Yeah, and he sucked. But anyway, maybe the Patriots sucked. Maybe that was the bigger issue. Next, we have the...
Actually, wait, wasn't he with Mac Jones with the Patriots?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, you got a connection there.
Chemistry. Can't scheme for chemistry. Anyway.
The science,
next,
bitch.
The London game. We have the Minnesota Vikings surviving the Cleveland Browns. This game was, way too early. But a fun watch. Enjoyable. Carson Wentz, we got the Carson Wentz experience. He actually left the game with a shoulder injury, and it's like, oh no, it's happening again. Poor Carson. You never know what's going to be the last play of his career, but turned it around. They had a great final drive, managed to win at the end, so good for them. The Browns look good. They started their new rookie QB, Dylan Gabriel. He looked okay. 19 out of 33, 190 yards. He was a good game manager, which is, better. He didn't turn it over, which is better than what Flacco did. And their running back, Quinshawn Judkins, is looking pretty good. 23 rushes for 110 yards, plus a reception for 18.
Speaking of Flacco, you saw his new home?
Yes, that's what I was getting there. Dylan Gabriel looks so good that the Browns traded Joe Flacco to the Bengals. And it's one of those things that you're like, you're not supposed to help your division rivals. But then again, is this really helping?
They?
Yeah. Is this sabotage, or are they helping? And then I realized something. You know what I realized? You know who the Bengals are up against this week?
The Packers.
The Green Bay Packers, who Joe Flacco already beat. So the Bengals are gonna be like, we're the smartest men alive. We figured it out, man. It's it's not us. We just needed Joe Flacco in the building to beat the Packers. It's not like Joe Flacco's gonna come back into the building with that O-line, and the Packers are gonna remember you're the fucker who beat us, and they're gonna try to, let's just say get a little payback. It's not like that's gonna happen, but yeah, poor Flacco. It'd be really funny if he ends up playing for the Steelers at some point, but Jesus Christ.
Just complete it.
This man won a Super Bowl. Don't kill him. Maybe that's like the vengeance for the Bengals, right? It's like, all right, listen, we know the season's done. At least we're taking down Joe Flacco. That motherfucker, he cost us too many good seasons. Let me see.
Poor Joe.
Chuck Dominguez, what's up, boys? It was a great weekend. Yes, I bet you had a lot of fun.
It must have been for you.
Yeah.
Must have been.
Next, this was actually really fun to watch. The Indianapolis Colts beating the ever-living hell out of the Las Vegas Raiders, 6-40.
So this wasn't as enjoyable as I would have. It would have been normally for me because I lost my kicker.
Oh yeah, big injury from this game. Kicker Spencer Schrader, knee out for the season, so that sucks.
He was fucking killing it too.
Kickers are important. They're very important. So we'll see how they rally, but this was a big one. Their rookie tight end, Tyler Warren, is looking really good. He only had 4 receptions for 44 yards and a touchdown, but he's currently leading all tight ends in receptions. So this kid's looking really good. Plus he's like a giant. So Colts have they're right now rolling on all cylinders, man. Like they're looking good. I think they're the only team, because a friend of mine, he's a Lions fan, and he's like, if Dan Campbell does not win Coach of the Year, it'll radicalize me. And I was like, even if they give it to Shane Steichen, because right now The Lions have one terrible loss against the Packers, but the Colts were in it. They were in it to beat the Rams. So I don't think this might be the best looking team.
Like a rookie mistake, right?
Yeah, because of no, it wasn't a rookie, but yeah, the fumble at the end zone, that idiot. So yeah, they're looking pretty good right now. Like offense, defense, special teams now is a question mark, but yeah, that's right now. I think throughout 5 weeks, the most consistent team in the NFL. So good for them. On the other side, the Raiders, Geno Smith, 2 interceptions. 25 out of 36, 228 yards. I don't think the Geno Smith experiment is working in Las Vegas, so let's keep him there. Let's just keep him going. Keep doing it. Don't change a thing. You do you, Raiders. Do not stop. Keep going. Full
You know what would
throttle.
be funny?
What's up?
If they get Russell Wilson.
Dude,
With Pete Carroll.
if they trade for Kirk Cousins, I will laugh my ass off. Like that would be like, well, first off, I don't think Russell would go. I don't think Kirk would want to go. But dude, if taking on that freaking salary cap, which by the way, it's really funny that the Bengals did not want to trade for Kirk Cousins. Why? Because they don't have the money to do it. They can't do it because the Falcons are idiots. They guaranteed him too much money. But anyway, let's continue. The New Jersey Giants fall to the formerly winless New Orleans Saints, 14-26. The Saints, I'm upset, man. I'm really upset because when I was doing the picks last week, I was struggling with this one because it's 2 bottom of the barrel teams. But I was like, oh man, Saints at home. But then I was like, you know what? The Giants looked really good against the Chargers. Turns out it's because the Chargers are not what we expected. Jackson Dart fumbled the ball by himself. Nobody even touched him. He was just scrambling, running, and he just let go of the ball like an idiot. It was really annoying. But the Saints defense is looking pretty good, which is shocking. This is the most shocking thing in the NFL because the defensive coordinator for the Saints is one Brandon Staley. And lo and behold, here, 1 sack, 2 INTs, 3 fumbles recovered. So I may have to say that I was wrong about Brandon Staley's ability as a defensive coordinator. Then again, he did spend some time with the 49ers. Maybe he learned to not be an idiot. But maybe, the issues that he's just not a head coach. But whatever. Right? And again, it's week 5. And they just got their first win. So anyway, I expected way worse. My point is I expected way worse from this team overall. They have not looked terrible. Spencer Rattler got his first career win. So, good for him. I've talked a lot of shit about this kid, but, you got to win against the Giants, but whatever. Not much more to say there. Taysom Hill is back. I think it's the first play I've seen him. So, and he looked okay, I guess. Next, we have you want to say something?
I forgot.
It happens. Next, we have the Dallas Cowboys beating the ever-living crap out of the New Jersey Jets. So, turns out that this George Pickens guy, he good. And Dak Prescott is, quietly having one of the best seasons of his career. That offense is great. I think the Dallas Cowboys right now are the only team with a rookie head coach that have a top 5 defense. Now, offense, I'm sorry. The issue is the defense, But, dude, George Pickens, I don't understand why the Steelers let him go. Because the dude is pretty good. But, I expected the Cowboys to collapse without CeeDee Lamb. It turns out they're still humming. They're still chugging along. The running back, Williams, that they got from the Broncos, looking pretty good. So I expected way worse from the Cowboys at this point. Again, it was against the Jets. It was against the only team in the NFL without a win. But, good for them. Good for them, I guess. Next, we have the biggest upset of the weekend, maybe. No, not really. The second biggest upset. No, the third. We had one of the biggest upsets of the weekends. The Denver Broncos beating the Philadelphia Eagles 21-17 in Philadelphia. So first off, What's up?
It looks like those logos are ready to kill each other.
They are. They don't like each other. So the key to the Broncos here is, I figured it out. They need to run the ball more. When they run the ball, they look like a better offense. So they did that, and they looked pretty good. I mean, until the final quarter, because they were down, but it was a comeback, and they managed to win, and they managed to, I don't know, they figured out, maybe it's a strategy. Maybe this is the strategy, because the Eagles don't play a full game, right? They either play one good half or another. So the Broncos probably like, hey, if we give them the first half, if we play shitty the first half and let them score on us, then we'll get the second one. And it only matters how you play at the end, right? And so maybe that's their strategy going into it. I don't know. But this was shocking, because again, at one point, they were down by 17 or something. It was not looking pretty. And at the end of the game, it was actually pretty funny, because the final Hail Mary would have worked for the Eagles. It would have been like typical Eagles managed to sneak out a victory from the jaws of defeat, but AJ Brown ended up blocking Devontae Smith. So it was one of those like, oh no, because look, the only guy who's actually blocking him, taking the ball away, is his own guy. So it was one of those things where like, dude, it was your night, Broncos. Congratulations, you did it. You get this one because of how you treated my boy J.K. Dobbins, because you've been good to him. Yes, and that defense is nasty. So congratulations, Chuck. I cannot imagine how stoked he must have been yesterday. Like, he must have been doing cartwheels. Yesterday? No, 2 days ago. Yeah, well, even yesterday. Why not?
Oh, yesterday. I would have still riding that high.
Yeah, your team brought down the undefeated Eagles. The Eagles, who had never lost with A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, and Saquon Barkley on the field. So, a game that they all three play at the same time. So, congratulations.
It's their first loss this whole year.
Yep. And going back to like week 6 of last year. So, all right. Now, I know everybody in Philadelphia is asking to, for the head of the offensive coordinator. I can understand why. They need to, I mean, they're so talented that they've been able to get away with bullshit of not finishing games or not playing a full game. But it's starting to get that time where you're like, okay, stop climbing around, get serious. But anyway, let me see. Chuck Dominguez, we are going to keep being the first on division, and the Chargers going to keep on choking like always. We defeated the undefeated. I mean, you are not at the first. You're not first in the division. You are number 2. You are number 2 because the Chargers have a tiebreaker on you because the Chargers beat you. So that's how that works. And
actually, I mean, technically, okay, so you beat the Eagles, but we beat you, so we're also better than the Eagles.
Pretty much, yes.
Right.
That's how that works. I mean, we also lost to the Giants, and the Giants just lost to the Saints, so it's I don't. Again, this season's weird.
And guess who God loves?
But here's the thing. When we get to I did have. In my original predictions, I did expect the Broncos to win this division. So I would not be surprised. And I'll be honest with you, I would not hate it. I wouldn't love it, but I would not hate it as long as it's not the fucking Chiefs. So it's like, right now, I'm in a good spot with the Broncos. They have my boy JK in there. So it's like, all right, good things for him. Not good things for the Broncos so much, but good things for JK. And I'm indifferent to whether or not the Broncos do well. As long as they do better than the Chiefs, I'm happy. So good for you guys.
I'm sort of having feelings like when I don't know. Yeah, you sort of wanted the Colts to do okay when they went with Phil Rivers had them, and you kind of want the Saints to do good when they had Drew Brees. That sort of stuff.
Sure. I mean, not necessarily.
I never wanted the Jets to do well with Tomlinson because my heart was hurting.
Of course, because you didn't want that for him. You didn't want that for him. No, it was cruel. JK is a gift from God. Yes, he is. And his interviews are hysterical. He did it in Spanish. I don't remember if it was this one or the last one. What did he do? Like, Bo Nix es muy bueno, perro. He was trying to say perro, but perro. Like, it was, honestly, dude's just great. I recommend you go back to watch interviews of him. The dude's really funny and really good. So it's honestly, it's really unfortunate the direction his career has taken, but it's because, you know, injuries. It's the way of the game. Next, another upset. We had the not really an upset. Comeback victory. Carolina Panthers beating the Miami Dolphins. Here's a fun stat. Well, here's a couple fun stats. The Carolina Panthers are the first team to have a 200-yard rusher this season. And it was, of course, Mr. I don't know his first name, Dawdle. All right. If you know his first name, you know more than me. This guy had, and here's the crazy thing. I just looked it up to get the stats. You know, 23 rushes for 206 yards, 1 TD, and I don't remember his first name. I'm just going to say Mike. So there, and I think it's like Jalen or something. He also had 3 receptions for 28 yards. So the dude had like the best game of his career. And so far in the season, he had done nothing. But, you know, the Dolphins, you can run on them, which sucks for other reason. We'll get into it. And on the other side of the field, the Miami Dolphins had a grand total of 19 total rush yards. So a tale of two offenses, one might say. But
So I'm gonna make a bold prediction here.
Okay.
What's his name? McDaniel?
Yep, Mike McDaniel.
He's gonna be the first to go.
Really? I mean,
I believe so.
it's between
I
him
believe
and
he's cooked.
it's between him and Callahan right now. So
I think he's cooked. He's done. He's ready. I don't know where this analogy is going, but I think he's gonna be fired.
yeah, I would not be surprised. The vibes are really bad in Miami. Next,
Also, you want to hear a fun little stat?
sure, I love fun stats.
Okay, so this one's kind of bullshit, but guess which division is the only one where every team has a 1-week winning streak. So technically, every team of that division, their last game was a win.
NFC South.
Yes.
Yes.
The Buccaneers won,
I mean,
Panthers won, Saints won, and the Falcons had a bye week, but they won the week before.
Oh, okay, there you go. I didn't even remember the Falcons didn't play, but to me, it's like you made it pretty easy. There's 2 divisions here, and one of them lost, so it's yeah, you made it pretty easy.
I try to make it irrelevant to whatever's on the screen.
Okay, fair enough. Good job. Next, we have
Provides continuity.
one of the, actually probably the biggest beatdown of the weekend. The Houston Texans just beating the ever-living crap out of the Baltimore Ravens. This game was sad to watch, man. It's sad to see how far the mighty have fallen. Texans win 44-10. Freaking CJ Stroud, 4 touchdowns in the game, only got sacked twice, so his O-line's looking a little bit better. Or that's just how bad the Baltimore defense is. Cooper Rush couldn't do anything. He threw 3 INTs, so I guess that's something. This was rough. Like, it's really, really sad to see the Ravens this low.
I think I'm gonna have to do this. I'm sorry. Okay.
Okay.
Ho, 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 ho. Strauss, 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 Strauss. Ho, 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 ho. Strauss, 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 Strauss.
That respect, yeah. So the Texans all of a sudden starting to show signs of life. The Ravens actually did a few moves. They picked up, is it CJ Gardner-Johnson, who the Texans dropped, and they also made a trade with another team that I will get into when I speak about that other team. You know, I'm building up suspense. But yeah, things are not good in Baltimore. I think it's the first time this is the worst I've ever seen them play, and I think it's the first time that I've seen them be 1-4. Like, the vibes are really, really bad down in Baltimore. Fortunately, it's early in the season. Maybe if they start getting some of their defensive starters back and Lamar Jackson, they can turn around. But yeah, really, really bad right now. And they have a loss against pretty much every single team that appears to be in contention for the playoffs, which is not what you want. It's not what you want. So he's lose all the tiebreakers. David Martinez, anyone but the Chiefs. Anyone. Agreed. Next, we have, is this the biggest upset of the weekend? maybe the Tennessee
No.
Titans beating the Arizona Cardinals. And let me tell you why. Okay?
You think this was a bigger upset than the Broncos beating the Eagles?
Dude, let me explain why. First off, it's the winless Titans, all right? The worst team in the NFL. They were, let me read this, okay? They were 21 and 6.
Some respect. You put some respect on the Jets' name, all right?
Okay. They were 21 and 6 going into the fourth quarter, okay? 21 and 6. Then they had this play go on where stupid DeMarcado ran the ball like all the way across the field.
How does this keep happening?
Because they're stupid. Because they're morons. And it happened last week. So this guy is extra stupid. I don't understand what kind of crap goes through their heads. But then this play happened. So they should have been up 28-6. Instead, they fumble at the goal line because the stupid running back lets go of the ball and it goes out of the end zone, which makes it what's it called? It's a what do you call it?
Touchback.
It makes it a touchback and gives the ball to the other team. So first off, you deserve it for being an idiot. And then you have this scene where Gannon actually hits him on the sideline. He goes over there, yells at him, kind of like pushes him in the chest. And you know, you deserve it for being an idiot, for being the biggest idiot. Anyway, so this play happens. I would rather go straight to the locker room after that play rather than have to face that sideline. Oh yeah, definitely. And then the Titans have like the craziest play I've ever seen. So Cam Ward is he's being chased by the Arizona Cardinals. He throws the ball, you know, he's under duress, and it's an interception. So the Arizona Cardinals intercept it. The guy rolls on the ground, loses the ball, then they kick it towards the end zone, and the Titans recover it, and it's a touchdown. It was wild. It was fucking wild. That's the craziest touchdown I probably ever seen. And so at that point, the game is 21-12 with 5 minutes to go. And still, they managed to lose this game. It was nuts. It was hysterical. And it's one of those things you're like, dude, I no longer believe in the Cardinals anything. Nothing. They're just garbage, crap-o-lites. It was, I don't even know what to say, man. I don't even know how you come into work the next Monday. It's just embarrassing on all levels. Let me see. LG boy, the Cardinals game was just too funny, so unreal. Yes, it's one of those things that you wouldn't even believe. You wouldn't even believe it on a TV show. You're like, this is too ridiculous. Like, this is too stupid. There's no way something like that could happen. And then, alas, reality is stranger than fiction. Chuck Dominguez, didn't he let go of the ball like 3 times before? Yes, they had a bunch of turnovers all of the game. It was dumb. And at home. And apparently you're in a very good division, so you're all the way at the bottom of it. I think you've lost against every division rival. And now the Titans? Yeah. It was not good. It was not good for the Cardinals.
You mean the Cardinals lost at home? I wouldn't believe it.
Shit, I'm shocked. Never would have seen it coming. Next, we have probably the best game of the weekend, one of the best games of the season. We have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers visiting the Seattle Seahawks and squeaking out a victory 38-35. This game was awesome. It was like a heavyweight.
I feel bad for Sammy.
Dude, yes, at the end, the little interception. This game was great. It was just like a back and forth heavyweight fight, punch for punch. Like, you score, I score. You score, I score. You score. It was awesome. You just kept turning and somebody was making a crazy play. It was great. And it's crazy to think that, dude, Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold were both playing for the Carolina Panthers like 2 years ago. Yeah.
Forgot that about Darnold.
Yeah, Baker was Darnold's backup. Like, they're both on their 4th team. It's wild, but there you go. I mean, and I think they got drafted the same year. So their careers have been going in a very interesting trajectory. But yeah, at the end, the Buccaneers were able to sneak out another victory. They have a crazy stat. Like, this season, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I think they've scored 135 points, and opposing teams have scored 132 points on them. So it's been a, let's just say, intense season for the fans. Their hearts must not be doing too good right now. I mean, probably yes, because they're winning. But yeah, they bring it back. They bring it all the way down to the end. It's always exciting. Let's see. Yeah. Any thoughts?
My thoughts is that I love Mr. Baker. I
Yep.
think he's fun to watch. I love the freaking what's his name is
Emeka Egbuka.
Egbuka.
Emeka Ibuka, something like that.
Love that guy. Give me like 30 points. Man's ridiculous.
Right now,
Crazy good.
that guy, he's probably the contender for Rookie of the Year, at least throughout the first quarter of the season. Dude's just scoring touchdowns, making points left and right. Next,
And I love him for it.
we have the game that honestly kind of shocked me that it wasn't a bigger beatdown. The Detroit Lions visiting the Cincinnati Bengals. There's a fun stat in this game. All right, you ready? Fun stat time.
Okay.
There was a point in this game where wide receiver Jamar Chase was the leading tackler for the Bengals with 3 tackles because he had to take down the guys who intercepted Jake Browning. So, again, reality stranger than fiction. The game, again, the score was 37-24. It really wasn't that close. Most of the points were in garbage time. There's really bad vibes right now in Cincinnati. So bad that they, as I mentioned before, had to bring in one Joe Flacco to play for them. So behind that O-line, I don't think it's going to look too good, but Jake Browning has looked terrible. And I don't necessarily blame him. Again, the O-line sucks.
You could put fucking prime Brady on that O-line. He ain't doing too much.
No. So,
God damn.
yeah, I said early on, all they had to do, all that the Bengals had to do, I mean, I didn't expect them to win this one, but all they had to do was just get 40 to 50% of the games they played. Just get them to 50-50, get them to 6 wins so Joe Burrow can do something. It's not looking good. It's not. And I even added Zach Taylor to my coaches on the hot seat because the vibes are really bad in Cincinnati. Again, your wide receiver one was your leading tackler. That's not good.
Just as a fun little aside, me and my wife were watching the Ed Gein show on Netflix.
Okay.
Pretty good show. And at one point they mention she's trying to come up with a name Ted Bundy, but she can't remember. She's like, there's like this what is this the guy's name is like the Tom Brady, something like that. And I just go, no, babe. Tom Brady would have never gotten caught.
No, of course not. You
If
crazy?
Can you imagine if that is a guy as obsessed as Tom Brady decided to be a serial killer? Best of all time.
He might be. You know, you never see it coming. Dude wanted to be the best serial killer of all time, so he became the best quarterback of all time, so you would never suspect him. Be like, oh, he has excuses for moving around the country and stuff like that. Alibis always. Dude.
I'm sure his NFL career cost at least a couple of suicides.
Oh, dude, definitely from Jets fans, of course. Like, that's the joke. Did you never watch Curb Your Enthusiasm?
Yeah. I know
For those of you who don't know, Curb Your Enthusiasm, it's from the creator of Seinfeld. He's a famous Jets fan. And so in one of the episodes of Curb Your Enthusiasm, one of his friends kills himself. And so the wife was saying, like, no, well, one of the friends like, no, the last time I saw him, he was doing fine. I mean, he was complaining about the Jets, and the Jets, they took another one. The Jets. So, I mean, that show is great. Love that show. Let me continue with this. All right. So how long is Joe out for? I think until at least week 11, if they're lucky, but we still don't have a timeline on it. And it's not looking good. It's not looking good.
It's turf toe, right?
Yeah, but like grade 3, like the worst. Like just cut out the toe at this point. I'm hearing something in your background. Is it you or is it me?
Is it that?
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, I had to turn on the air. Oh, let me point it away.
No. I'm hearing a voice.
Let me see.
Yeah, I don't. Let me.
You can hear that?
Yeah, I can hear a voice. What is it? Is it like a neighbor?
That's a TV in my living room.
Oh, all
This
right.
mic is fucking hot.
Yep. All right. Anyway, let's continue. As long as I know what it is and it's not like something in my computer. Next, the worst game of the weekend. We have the Los Angeles Chargers getting their asses kicked by the Washington Commanders.
I couldn't watch this whole game, but I left them when they were 10-0.
Oh,
And I was like, oh, okay, I'm feeling pretty good here.
they were looking good. They were looking great.
And then I just opened my fantasy a few hours later. It's like,
They crushed it. They crushed your fantasy.
what the?
What
What are we
happened?
doing here?
Yeah, it's like
You know how much I'm gonna get clowned on Tuesday?
we deserve it. We deserve it. So first off, a few things that are worthy of note from this game. The big tragedy. Running back Omarion Hampton officially on IR, meaning that he will be out for at least 4 weeks, which is terrible because the kid was looking so good. He was looking really good. And next week, he was going up against the Miami Dolphins, who just allowed a random nobody run 200 yards on him. So this was brutal. It's like, why can't we have nice things? The injury list for the Chargers right now is ridiculous, and I have it right here. So, Rashawn Slater out for the season. Khalil Mack on IR. Eric Rodgers on IR. Junior Colson out for the season. Omarion Hampton on IR. Dean Leonard IR. Josh Harris IR. Denzel Perryman IR. Najee Harris out for the season. Mekhi Becton injured. Trey Pipkins injured. Joe Alt injured. Will Disley injured.
fair,
Darius
Pipkins-
Davis injured. And Deshaun Hand injured.
Might be a bonus.
What?
Pipkins injured might be a bonus, to be fair.
No, because who's going to replace him?
Me.
Yeah, I'll go in. I'll take one for the team.
I'll do it.
all right,
I'll protect you, Herbie.
So that's the bad part. On the brighter side, there was history made. So first off, Jaden Daniels is the first QB to reach 1,000 yards in his first 20 games. So congratulations, Jaden Daniels. He actually looked pretty good. He looked pretty, like, if you're a Commanders fan, you're like, all right, it started off looking not great. You were down your wide receiver 1 and 3, and all of a sudden they managed to turn it around. So good for Jaden Daniels. And dude takes too many hits. He takes too many hits. He's too skinny, but he looked good. History on the Chargers side, we had Keenan Allen, who became the fastest player to 1,000 receptions, beating out, I believe, Marvin Harrison Sr. He also had a decent game, 5 receptions for 55 yards. So now, what
I
happened?
gotta shout out Chuck Dominguez. First off, what a glorious weekend. The chokers, yeah. We are chokers, but honestly, it feels worse when it's due to fucking injuries rather than us just being chokers.
Listen,
Like, it feels much worse.
I've been thinking about this. I've been thinking about it a lot. It wasn't injuries. So like, if you're telling me like, what's the story of this game, and the story's not injuries, and injuries might be an explanation, but it's not an excuse. Because as we mentioned, the 49ers, they have a lot of injuries. They managed to win. You're like, oh, well, that's not an injury in the O-line. The Cowboys, I think 4 of their starting linemen are out, and they managed to beat the crap out of the Jets, so that's not an excuse. If you want to look at the bright side, if you want to look at the bright side, the Chargers kind of do have the record that I expected at this point. I expected them to drop a game against either the Chiefs or the Broncos. One of those two. So coming out 2-1 against the 3 divisional teams, and then I kind of expected them to lose against the Commanders. So it was one of those things. Like, okay, I did expect them to be 3-2 at this point. It's how they lost. Well, first off, it's the loss against the Giants that hurts, and how they lost against the Commanders, because they look terrible. So it's 2 weeks in a row that they look terrible, and it's losses against teams that are not in the conference, so it doesn't hurt them as bad. They have the victories that count, and these losses are not as terrible. But it did have me thinking, like, what? Why are they getting injured so much? Why did they look so terrible? The story of this game, the reason why they lost, if I'm bringing it down to one thing, it's penalties. They've had a buttload of penalties this game and last week. So why do they have so many penalties? And Jim Harbaugh himself has said penalties are not on the players, they're on the coaches. So, all right, what's going on? So I started thinking about it, again, not trying to find an excuse, trying to find an explanation, because once you understand what's happening, you can kind of do something about it. And there's a lot of things. Like, again, one thing that they're really missing is, for example, let's say veteran leadership, because Mac's out, Slater's out, Perryman's out. So you got like the front, the middle of the defense. You're missing your two best run players probably, and veteran leaders. Slater, you're missing your best O lineman. Joe Alt's still a rookie. Najee Harris, he was your veteran back. Now you got a whole bunch of rookies in there. So it's one of those things like, okay, well they're missing veteran leadership. What else? What else is missing here? And I started thinking, could it be, jet lag? Is that a possibility? Because the Chargers are the team that have traveled the most throughout the season. They went to Brazil, they came back, they went to Vegas, they came back, so that's short. Then they went to New York and came back. And some of the symptoms of jet lag is kind of like, first off, they look tired. So it could be lethargy, it could be exhaustion, it could be you're a little bit slow, and penalties could happen because of that. But then again, that still doesn't explain it. That's still not a good enough explanation for me. And so then I thought, well, they did start the season before anybody else. They had the Hall of Fame game. They've been training for, I think, 2 weeks more than everybody else. Are they just burnt out? Could that be it? So could it be a combination of all things? At the end, like, it doesn't really matter. They've just looked terrible. Fortunately, if it's penalties, it's something that can be fixed. Because, again, it's idiot mental mistakes. All right? You're being stupid in the head. So you can fix that. Kind of. But on the bad side of this, if it is, let's say, jet lag, if it is that they're tired, their next game is in Miami. So they're going all the way across the U.S. and back. So that's not going to help. So I think they may need to change a little bit about their regiments. I'm assuming they're going to do something. But right now, whatever it is they're doing, it's not working. Clearly, their players are not healthy. They're not playing at 100%. However, they did they did make a move today. And the move was they traded with the Ravens to get edge rusher Odafe Owe, and they sent them safety Alohi Gilman. So this is actually a pretty decent move. And my girl was like, that guy does not look like an offensive lineman. And he is not. He's an edge rusher, and the Chargers desperately need one. Since Mac went down, I don't know, I mean, if you didn't watch the game, but they've been gashed on the ground by a lot of players. Scadaboo did it last week. Bill Krosky did it. Scadaboo did it last week. Krosky did it this week. Mahomes did it on the first week. J.K. Dobbins did it in week 3. So they've been gashed on the floor, on the ground since Khalil Mack went down. And so they need somebody out there. They're not getting pressure on the quarterback. So what they did, their deepest position room right now probably is safety. So they sent Alohi Gilman, who is controversial. He's had good games. He's had bad plays. Overall, I think he's in the positive. But this guy's 26. He's had 10 plus sacks last season. He should be an upgrade to Bud Dupree, who's done nothing the entire season. So now you have Thule on one side, this guy probably on the other, and then Mac comes back. It should be an upgrade. And if you get a better pass rush, that means the quarterback has less time with the ball. If you set the edge better, because the rookies aren't doing it. Like Caleb Murphy, he's good on special teams, but he's not setting the edge, and that's why there's a touchdown from Bill Krosky that he just untouched goes down the left side of the field. Like, nobody's even close, not even Derwin James. And it's because Murphy didn't set the edge. So it's a good move. It shows you that they're doing something. And the guy's 26 years old, first round draft pick. So he's got potential. He's in a contract year. So if he performs well, they might re-sign him. If he doesn't, they let him go and they'll get a comp pick. So I think overall it was a good deal. We'll see, but they desperately needed edge help. Desperately. And this guy could be the solution for the future. You don't know. Chuck Dominguez, sounds like excuses. Chargers always do this. They play good, then they get cocky and start losing. Again, it's not excuses. I'm trying to understand what's happening. I'm trying to, again, you can't fix something unless you understand what's happening. And if I can figure it out, I think the coaches can figure it out. And I think it's just that they looked not unprepared, unfocused. They started collapsing after the first mistake. The fumble against QJ, I think he got hit in the head. Like the penalties, dude. The Ladd McConkey punt return was one of the best plays I've seen from the Chargers, the most exciting plays in a while, and that got called back because a rookie got overexcited. And again, dumb move. That at that point you don't even try to block the punt. You just kind of, I mean, they're pinned down at the end zone. The back-to-back first down plays, the back-to-back plays when they're 2-18 and then 2-28, and they keep going back for penalties. It's like, son of a bitch, dude. Why? If you're Herbert, you're ripping your hair out. Like, what the fuck is going on? Because he didn't have a terrible game. It's just the penalties just kept bringing everything back. The interception at the end zone. Like, why? That whole sequence, I'm upset with freaking the offensive coordinator. It's like, why were you running it on the outside? You're on the 1 yard line. You're on first down. Sneak it 4 fucking times. Just sneak it 4 times. And it doesn't even have to be Herbert. Get your tight end in there and just sneak it. Like Zion Johnson might not be good with stunts, but the dude's like the strongest guy you have there. Why are you going on the outside? Why are you not running behind him? And maybe I've seen them do sneaks. They get 1 or 2 yards every time. So I don't understand it. It's stupid. It was a dumb decision, and it ended up costing them the game. They just look sloppy. They had a bunch of penalties for too many men on the field. They had plays where they only had 10. The 4th down play where Conklin just goes through his hands and hits him in the face, where they were rushing to get the ball, the play done. It was.
Do you get a penalty for too few men on the field?
I don't think so. No, I think that you're just in a disadvantage. But it was just stupid. It was stupid penalties, costly penalties. So you're like, okay, without those penalties, would they have won? Probably. Without those little dumb mistakes. So you're like, okay, so the team's got the talent, and we saw them week 1 to week 3. So they just need to get slapped in the face. And that's why I kind of love this move. Forget about the player, forget about all that stuff. You're sending a message. Heads are rolling. We're getting rid of fucking people. All right? People are getting fired. So we're bringing in other people. Like, that helps. It's like a slap. It's like wake up. You're being stupid. Your job is on the fucking line. So hopefully, even if it's just that, it'll help. But let's see. Ricardo Garcia, los cargadores need to be focused and determined all 60 minutes. Yes, I 100% agree. So again, I don't understand it, because this is like the worst I've seen a Jim Harbaugh team look. Like, unfocused, unready, like not even playing cocky. Like, they were, you remember the scene from the Hercules animated movie where they throw the frisbee, he catches it, and a pillar goes down, and then trying to prevent that pillar to go down, he ends up knocking down more and more and more. That's kind of like this game felt. It's like all right, we did one fuck up, which was the Q thing. Now we want to get it. No, we can't. We'll stop. It just kept collapsing. And something very similar happening with the Giants. So they needed a slap. This is a slap. This is a signal from the front office saying, like, hey, we have the best start for this franchise in a decade, right? We're 3-0 against divisional rivals. This is the best start we've had. Yeah. We are not giving up on this season. We're getting rid of the people. We're gonna get rid of people who are not up to snuff. So
And in a very Chargers way, we have the best start in 2 decades, and we quickly pissed it away.
Listen, fortunately, we're up against the Dolphins, so it should be a game that they win. I mean, the Chargers historically don't do well in Miami, so it's concerning. And if my theory about jet lag holds, it's not good because again, they're going all the way across the country and back. But I think that this team needs a bye week bad. And I mean really bad. Fortunately, we will be getting players back soon. So Perryman should be back soon. Josh Harris should be back soon. And I know you don't know who Josh Harris is, but he's one of the best players on this team. He's the best long snapper in the NFL. The dude is critical because special teams has looked terrible. So we will probably be getting Joe back in Joe Alt at some point. Perryman, Mac. So we will be getting players back. They'll be rested. And again, Denzel Perryman in the middle of the field it's a brick wall. He's a brick wall. Like he brings the hurt on people. So and he's going to be rested. Khalil Mack, same, fresh legs. That'll give him some motivation, I think, I hope, but we'll see. We just fortunately have the Miami Dolphins. We just need to not fuck this up. If they lose against the Colts, that would sting, but they need to definitely beat the Dolphins. If they lose against the Dolphins, then I'm officially concerned, and I mean extremely concerned.
I don't like. I officially don't like our chances.
It's not that bad.
I'm probably gonna still pick the Chargers to win, but I'm concerned.
I mean, you should be concerned because again, there's a lot of injuries. To me, the bigger thing is the injuries. Why the hell is my camera being so stupid? Because I was seeing a stat like Najee Harris hadn't missed a game in his entire career from high school, college, the NFL. He comes to the Chargers, out for the season. Omarion Hampton hadn't missed a game in college ever. Now he's out for at least 4 games. The concerning thing...
The Chargers break people.
Yeah. So they need to figure out what the fuck they're doing wrong. So, anyway. Because... doesn't matter. But here's their schedule. They go Dolphins at Miami. Colts at home, which is an advantage. Then Vikings at home on Thursday Night Football. So short week. Fortunately, it gives them 10 days of rest. So it's like a mini bye week. So maybe... they get their shit together there. And then it's up against the Titans, then the Steelers, then the Jaguars. So let's say it's an easy chunk of the schedule. If Omarion Hampton's not going to be for the next 4 games, it's not terrible, but it's not good. Right now, the vibes are not good. This trade does a lot, but the vibes in the building right now are no bueno. They need to put the hurt on the Miami Dolphins. Badly. Anything you want to add?
Here's the fucking hoping, I guess. But man, I've seen this team for a long time. They figure out ways to break your heart, and I don't know what it is. I mean, it doesn't matter how many head coaches we switch, how many changing cities. We just keep breaking people.
Listen, it's the Chargers. Like I said, they were ahead of schedule. I still think in order to be true contenders, I thought that they needed one more season and one more off season, to get some free agents in there, to get another good draft, get better O linemen in there. Because they got the weapons on this one. I thought, okay, they need the big boys up front. When they started 3-0, I was like, okay, we're ahead of schedule now. Like, apparently we're better than I thought. So it's unfortunate that things have gone this way, but they're kind of exactly where I thought they were at the beginning of the season, especially with Rashawn Slater out. So could they turn things around? Yes, they can. It's early. I think they need a break. So that mini bye week after the Vikings, I think they're going to come back as a different team, particularly because they're going to get veterans back that were out with injury. Like Khalil Mack on the field, it's a different defense. And with a better pass, because it's part of how the Chargers defense works and why it's looked so terrible. It's because the quarterback does not have time to throw the ball, and since he doesn't have time to throw the ball, they can't do many deep shots, and they're usually the safeties and everybody that can keep the play in front of them, which makes it easier for them to block or whatever. So, because again, it's a shorter amount of time. It's not been there. Bud Dupree hasn't done anything. Kyle Kennard hasn't done anything. Caleb Murphy hasn't done anything. So we needed this help, and it'll be good for the defense. And a better defense usually means that the offense will have the ball more time. Maybe they'll start getting some chemistry. It'll be fine. I think overall it'll be fine. I don't know what the hell's wrong with my camera, but whatever. Next, we have.
Hang on.
What's
Hang
up?
on. I was doing a little ChatGPTing, but I was double verifying stuff, and I wanted to get like a fun fact from the Chargers specifically. I asked them for the Chargers because we need some fun facts for our boys.
We need fun.
And I told her, yeah, double check your sources, by the way, ChatGPT. But in this one, I guess this would be true. I don't remember. It says in 2025, the Chargers became or will become the first NFL team ever to play regular season games on 5 continents. Is that true?
Let me see. They played
South America, North America, obviously. Have they played Europe?
Europe. When would they have played in Africa? What the hell's wrong with you?
No.
I don't remember them going to Africa.
Has there been a game in Asia? I think ChatGPT's tripping.
Yeah, I don't recall any of that stuff.
Let me see this. Let me look at the source.
All right. Hopefully that'll fix that. That was annoying. All right. While you check that, let's continue. Next, maybe the biggest upset of the weekend. We have the New England Patriots taking down the formerly undefeated Buffalo Bills in their really cool looking white uniforms. Like, I'll give them that. They looked really cool. You know who looked really cool? Looked really cool? Stephon Diggs going in there.
He's good.
Yeah, he's really good. He went in there. I think he had 2 touchdowns, just gashing them left and right. Drake May looking fantastic. The Bills also, they look terrible. That's the worst game they've had all offseason. They had like 3 turnovers, dumb penalties. Let me see the team stats here. 11 penalties for 90 yards. It was a weird, dumb game. Again, dumb fumbles. It was the opposite of what you expect from the Bills. But good on the Patriots. They had an opportunity to take down the head of the division, the head of the AFC, and they did. So I don't know who had the bigger victory. Well, I do know. The Patriots had the bigger victory. The Broncos, it was a big victory. Don't get me wrong. Defending Super Bowl champs, also undefeated. But this is a divisional win, so it counts more. So it's
right.
Bigger victory by far. And I told you, man, the Patriots, every single week, they've looked better and better. That Mike Bravel dude, he's a pretty good head coach. Looks like he knows what he's doing. But, yeah. Let me see. Yeah. What's up?
And also, Chuck Dominguez says he asked ChatGPT if the Chargers would ever win a Super Bowl, and it says, keep dreaming. We have established on this very show, ChatGPT is not a reliable source.
Yeah. And Gennaro says...
And also, and I want to just to finish the actual fun fact, because I looked this up on actualchargers.com, and this might give a little credence to your jet lag theory.
Okay.
The Chargers are slated to travel the most miles of any NFL team this year with 37,000 miles that they're going to travel.
Yeah. Like, dude, it's ridiculous.
And you're not even willing to do 10,000.
I mean, they did it on a plane. And they're doing it in 17 weeks.
So you got time.
And Gennaro saying it's really cockiness or injury. Stop playing. I don't think so. You can't be cocky when you're playing stupid, because they're making dumb mental mistakes, and usually you don't do that. Like, okay, so fumbling the ball in the end zone by by yourself, that's cockiness. That's being stupid, cocky. Here, it's like they're playing almost like a step behind. Like they look slow. And I don't mean like sluggish. I mean mentally. They look like they're a step behind on things. So I mentioned this before. When you're physically gifted, but mentally you're not there, you be a little bit more aggressive. You end up trying to compensate physically, and that's what leads to penalties. That's what leads sometimes to injuries or over aggressiveness. So it's not an excuse. I'm trying to understand it. I'm trying to find something that makes me believe, okay, is this something that's fixable by the team, or do we give up on them? And if it's like the treatment, their exhaustion because they've had a longer season than everybody else, they've had a lot of injuries, they're traveling more than everybody else, that's fixable. They can find treatments for that. So you're like, okay, they kind of just need to get their heads on straight, start to take supplements, focus more, meditation. I don't know what the fuck they're doing, but they need to do something to get their, again, when somebody gets fired, you kind of, it makes people fall into focus, but it's not an excuse. It's just trying to see if there's reason to really panic or not. And again, to me,
Speaking of panic,
the panic is after the Vikings game, because they'll have a mini bye week and they'll be able to kind of recover a little bit. That at that point, that's the point where you really, really want to panic. Also, if they lose against the Dolphins. What's up?
You didn't jump on the segue
What's the segue?
because it was panic time in Duval.
Duval.
Right when the panic hit the most, Mr. Birthday Boy himself brought the W.
Okay, who was the birthday boy? Trevor Lawrence?
Trevor Lawrence, it was his birthday.
It was his birthday? Happy
And he was saying
freaking birthday. And he got me a present by bringing down the Kansas City Chiefs 28-31. Chiefs fall to 2-3. And next week they have a date with the Lions. So this honestly could not have been better. Like this could not have gone better in that sense. The Jaguars, that game was weird. All right, it was weird. Did you see the final touchdown? What they call the Chamba Wamba touchdown?
Chamba Wamba.
Yeah, it was like, I get knocked down, but I get up again. Nobody ever gonna bring me down. I've
seen it called the Jacksonville Spill.
What is it? The Trip Six?
The Trip Six. Yeah.
All right. So the game was not very interesting at first.
Everybody in chat, we've all been, we are very contentious today. Our team win, our team lost. Let's all just celebrate the Chiefs losing. How about that?
Yeah, there you go.
We can all
congratulations, Jacksonville. Congratulations.
Lose it.
They gave me a stat here. So that man right there, what's his name? Travis Hunter.
Mr. Offense Defense?
Yeah, he's the first player to actually play a full game in both offense and defense. Let me see. I got the stat here. Let me just give me a sec.
Wait, that can't be positive. That can't be true because in the past, players like the quarterback used to play defense. I'm guessing ever since like modern rules.
But full game? Okay, so he had a grand total of 60 snaps, 35 offensive snaps, 25 defensive snaps, 2 tackles, 1 pass defense, and 3 receptions for 64 yards. And this particular reception was nuts, crazy. Like I didn't watch most of this game because I was in the middle of a show, and so I started actually watching it in the fourth quarter when they were up. I think they were up by 7. And the first play I watch of the fourth quarter is the fucking Trevor Lawrence interception, which should have been a penalty. But as soon as I watched that, I'm like, motherfucking Trevor Lawrence. I said it last week. That guy is good for one stupid play, one idiotic play per game at least. And I just had to turn on the game exactly when he did it. And you give it the Chiefs the ball in the red zone. Fortunately, they were able to sneak out a victory there. But holy shit, that was a, let's just say, fun fourth quarter. Infuriating at times, but fun. Gennaro, penalties are a discipline thing. I agree. Like Jim Harbaugh says, penalties are a coaching thing. So again, once people start getting fired, everybody in the building starts minding their P's and Q's. That's a good thing. Chuck Dominguez, I love Jacksonville. KC, all the stars. I don't know what that means. Jaguars. I don't know. Point is, there is a world where the Chiefs will be 2-4 next week. And I long to live in that world. After that, they get Rashee Rice back, and I don't even know if he's gonna make a difference, to be honest. Not the way they're playing. Travis Kelce.
You think they're cooked?
I mean,
You
not.
think they're done? You think it's over? You think they're just gonna never win again? I think that's think that's what it is.
Never again. Never. I mean, dude.
impossible.
Dude. After the Lions, they have the Raiders. So it's like, come on. It's gonna be like Lions, like, oh my god, they're done. And then Raiders, and everybody's like, they're back. Chiefs are back. And they just needed Rashee Rice to be back. And then the next
I'm
week,
rooting for the meteor in that game.
dude, here, check out the slate, okay? Lions, Raiders, Commanders, Bills, Broncos, Colts. All right, that's their next 6 games. They could end up 1-5 in those games. Most likely 2-4. That would make me so happy, because that means that they're gonna be what, 4-9? Like it's possible. Is it probable? Maybe not, but it's possible. And I really want it to happen. So,
I mean, they probably beat the Raiders and the Commanders. Bills might choke, but I feel like the Broncos might have a good shot.
the Broncos have a really good shot. Really good shot. The way that defense is playing. Colts, again, the most solid team in the NFL. So I think like the hardest ones by far should be the Lions and Broncos. Bills, that defense has been suspect, but theoretically they should be able to win. Commanders and Colts are coin flips. And Raiders, yeah, that should be a W. If the Raiders beat them, oh my god. If they get out of there 0-6, oh my god. Like I don't know what I'll do. Like we need to do something. We need to do something. Let's see. Chuck
I will be rooting for the Raiders, but that doesn't feel right.
I mean, I'm not gonna be rooting for anybody.
If something happens against the Chiefs, I'll be happy, but that's gonna involve the Raiders getting points.
Yeah,
this is like Sophie's choice.
I don't want that. See, Chuck the thing is the Chiefs suck. Hopefully, is the end of the dynasty. Yes, that'd be great. If they miss the playoffs. Oh my god. If Travis Kelce has to retire, not making the playoffs. Oh my god. That'd be that.
And with one of Tay-Tay's worst albums. Oh, did I say that? Oh.
I don't even. I have no idea. I can't hit the ball back on that one. I don't know if it's good or not. I can't tell you, but that'd be so great. That'd be so. Oh, like
I'm just kidding. I haven't heard the fucking album.
Like I almost don't want to hope, because the AFC is weak right now. Like the Ravens are not competitive. Only the Pittsburgh Steelers are doing good in the AFC North. They're the ones with the shot. The AFC South looks like they might have 2 or 3 teams, but they're gonna kill each other. The AFC East, it's the Bills and nobody else. So there's ample opportunity for wild cards in the AFC. So there's a possibility that they make it. I just hope they don't. Like I really hope they don't. And I really don't want to I don't want to reach week 6-17 and it turns out that the Chiefs are in and the Chargers are out. Like that I don't want that on me, cuz we're going to come back to this clip and us being, pieces of shit and being like, "Oh, it'd be so great. It'd be so awesome." But
fuck it, I'm going to enjoy my delusions while I can. The Chiefs they're not winning ever.
And the Chargers are going undefeated. Chargers going undefeated. Chiefs aren't winning anything ever. And Chuck Dominguez is like, you a Swiftie?
No, I just like pissing them off.
Fair enough. All right. I think it's a good place to stop. Is there anything else you want to mention?
Yeah. Bad Blood was a terrible song, and I just couldn't get back on the Taylor thing after that. Also, Look What You Made Me Do. That's just a shitty version of what's that Black Eyed Peas song, like dun 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 dun. I had the time of my life, which was already a ripoff, but I mean, at least that was a good one. The Taylor Swift, she's not good.
I can't distinguish her voice. Like I've said this several times. Like all of a sudden there's a song playing, like, oh yeah, it's Taylor Swift. Like, oh, I had no idea. I can't tell her voice apart. Like Ariana Grande, I can tell her voice apart. I can tell the voices of a lot. Like Lana Del Rey, I can tell her voice apart. Friggin' Florence and the Machine, can tell her voice apart. I can't tell hers. But anyway, that's it. As always, comments, questions, or suggestions, you can find me at DariusDW and at Super Dario World. Thank you for joining us. Like this video, subscribe to this channel, all that good stuff. Again, if we make 10,000 subscribers, 10,000 mile road trip, recording animals throughout the Americas. What else am I missing? My head hurts. It just sucks.
I think we're good.
You're good? Okay. As always, thank you for listening, and we'll see you again next time.